evening and welcome to the closing ceremony of Expo 88. The atmosphere here this afternoon has been absolutely electric and there are some moving moments lined up for later on.
Oh, there certainly are, Jeff. Look, after 6 fabulous months, it's hard to believe we're down to our last 1.5 hours of World Expo 88. But in true Expo style, we've been treated to a wonderful last day. We've seen aero displays, international fireworks, and of course a real different variety of international entertainments.
And that sort of entertainment we will see played back in this show tonight. We'll see Spain's top rock group Meccano, Australia's leading lady of song Julie Anthony, backed up by 3 very special performers from the 60s and Australian music, and the whole of Brisbane, the whole of the Expo site will be plunged into darkness and then explode in a fireworks spectacular never seen before. But first, let's go down to the river stage now and Expo Chairman Sir Lou Edwards.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Bonsoir, madame and monsieur. G'day, fellow workers. My name is Mike Williams, your compere for this very special night. Gentlemen, ladies, if you'd be seated. It is now my great pleasure to introduce the chairman of World Expo, the Honourable Sir Llewellyn Edwards.
The Prime Minister. Mr. Prime Minister. Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Premier, my Lord Mayor, Ministers, Sir Edward Williams, Dr. Delario, Your Excellencies, Madame Dufresne, Commissioners General, Commissioners and ladies and gentlemen. In just 1 hour, World Expo 88 will be closed. The hard work of so many of you have given over such a long period of time has now been completed. The excitement and fun experienced by our visitors will soon become a wonderful memory. Together, we have staged one of the most successful expositions in history. And this success has been brought about by a remarkable commitment and cooperation by many people, and I want to take a moment to thank them. We pay tribute to our international participants who have spent millions of dollars to produce the high standard of pavilions which our visitors have enjoyed so much. The cooperation we have received from the international community has been outstanding. To the states and territories, and the states and provinces and prefectures of other countries, I must say we have been very grateful for your involvement, and I wish you many long-term benefits from the marvellous role that you have played in World Expo 88. I also pay tribute to the corporate sector for their support, for the pavilions provided, and for the substantial financial involvement. Our merchandising outlets and the food and beverage outlets have all undertaken their responsibilities with outstanding commitment by providing a wonderful service to millions of people. Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Premier, I must also express gratitude to the trade union movement for their cooperation for World Expo 88. The construction phase was carried out free of industrial disputation, with no time lost, and this is the first for a project of this size in Australia and shows what can be achieved through understanding and communication. There's also been a landmark agreement for the operation of the site over the last 12 months, which added to the success of the exposition and established clearly the principle that management and unions can work together and must work together for the benefit of Australia and particularly our growing tourist industry. I would like to thank the three levels of government for their support and encouragement. It's not been easy to succeed in this area of intergovernment relationships, but the commitment by you, Prime Minister, from the beginning, and your former Minister, John Brown, and our present Minister, Senator Richardson, has left nothing to be desired whatsoever. To you, Mr. Premier, and your predecessor, the Honourable Sir Joe Bjelke-Petersen, and the Honourable Bill Gunn, our Minister for Expo, we offer our thanks. We have appreciated, Premier, your interest and your support, and we know that you are already considering ways to keep the spirit and benefits of Expo alive in Queensland. At the local government level, we thank the Lord Mayor of Brisbane, Alderman Sally Ann Atkinson, and her aldermen for assistance and interest, and we look forward to continuing cooperation in the post-Expo development. I'd like to also thank the media for their understanding and commitment to us. They have become part of the family of Expo and have been fair and just in their reporting of this exposition, and we thank them for this. I'd like to also thank Sir Edward Williams and his staff for their cooperation and assistance. Mr. Premier and Mr. Prime Minister, I now turn to the staff of Expo. What a wonderful group of people you have been. Firstly, the volunteers. The volunteers have made an outstanding contribution to World Expo 88. We appreciate that commitment and the enormous support ranging from the group organised by Fran and Mari at Expo House to the host and hostesses organised by Judy Chappell and the on-site volunteers organised by the Lorraine Martin organisation. I also pay tribute to the thousands of honorary ambassadors who've worked so hard for us promoting this great event throughout the world. You too have been magnificent. Secondly, the staff on site, the Skyride team, the cleaners, the security people, the attendants, the maintenance people, and many others who have worked so hard to bring to fruition the dreams of those who planned this great event. There has been nothing but praise for your performance over this busy 6 months, and we pay you a high tribute today. To the World Expo 88 staff, to Bob Minikin, the the manager, the directors of the 8 divisions, Richard John, Peter Golston, Jane Brumfield, Ken Pope, Tony Phillips, Rick Birch, Ross Gibbon and Graham Curry, and all the staff within their divisions. You have been part of a magnificent team of people who've sought excellence and provided an outstanding result. No leader could have asked for more, and I'm proud to have been your leader and part of this great team for the staging of this remarkable event. And we hope that all of you treasure the reward of having been part of the most successful event in Australia's history and know that the contribution each of you has made has been deeply appreciated. Finally, to the Authority Board, they have been understanding and loyal and have supported me as chairman of a most difficult project in our country's history, and I pay a high tribute to my board. Mr. Prime Minister and Mr. Premier, this event as it draws close will be remembered as a great event in our history. We believe that Australians have shown great professionalism in staging this event, and when we asked for excellence, for initiative and perseverance from our staff in their performances, we received it. And there is rightly a strong national pride among people from all around Australia for the standards that we have set in this 6-month international forum. But above all, Premier and Prime Minister, we believe that we have forged relationships between the nations participating here which will have an impact for many years. We may have different political and philosophical and cultural backgrounds, but we have come together as one people in creating this great exposition of excellence, of pride and performance. We have become one family, and that spirit of working together must continue in the years that lie ahead. It's now time for World Expo to come to an end. 184 days have come and gone quickly, and together we have given the world pleasure, education, celebration and fun. We have made people smile, and we have made this the happiest place on earth in 1988. And now, as we share the closing ceremony of World Expo 88, and the sun fades on this magnificent site, and the lights go out for the last time, it is my fervent hope that the spirit of Expo 88 will never fade, and we must make sure that special things that we have enjoyed through this exposition become part of our daily lives from now on. The striving for excellence in our countries, the commitment to doing our best every day, the taking of time to enjoy the companionship of our friends and families, of bringing more fun and happiness into our lives and theirs. For me, it's been a unique privilege and responsibility, and no person could have had a greater privilege or a more enjoyable responsibility. And I have been honoured to share this work with so many wonderful people. Mr. Prime Minister and Mr. Premier, I pay tribute to the Australian people and our visitors from all over the world. We have had millions of visits, and details of those will be given by the Premier and Prime Minister in a moment. But for each and every one of you who have come here, we hope that you will take the spirit of Expo with you in the future. I thank you for all that has been done. It has been a privilege to work with you, and as we part and say goodbye to the many wonderful friends that we have worked with and we have made, I'm sure that there'll always be a little corner in your hearts which is World Expo 88. I know there will be in mine. Thank you for all of your contribution, and may the light of World Expo 88 never fade.
Ladies and gentlemen, Salou Edwards.
And certainly a long list of thank yous, so very well received here on the south bank of the river. After this break, the fun of the farewell as the closing ceremony of Expo 88 continues.
Salutes all of Australia at Expo. Ciao, bella Brisbane, grazie!
To our coverage of the closing of World Expo 88 live from the River Stage.
And there's certainly been some surprises this afternoon. In fact, one was such a surprise, the Expo Authority was surprised themselves. The Army Nomads flew over the site and dropped no less than 3 million pieces of coloured paper in what's been a very big ticker tape parade.
And what a surprise it was, especially, I imagine, for the Expo Cleaning Brigade, but the public certainly loved it. Let's have a look now at some of these spectacular celebrations we've seen this afternoon, including, of course, that very surprising ticker tape drop.
And there they are. They're the 19 helicopters from the 1st Aviation Regiment flying over, a regiment that comes from Oakey, Sydney and Townsville. They don't come together very often, and they haven't been together since 1981. So this is a very special occasion. The 19 Kiowa helicopters, 2 of them there trailing the green and yellow smoke as part of the tribute to the bicentennial. And behind the helicopters, you'll see the Army's fixed-wing aircraft. These are the Pilatus Porters that are coming up in the rear. There are the single-engine Army fixed-wing craft. There are takeoff and short landing aircraft flying past in the diamond formation. And right behind the Pilatus Porters from the 1st Aviation Regiment, of course, are the two nomads that dropped 3 million pieces of paper all over the Expo site this afternoon. There they go, dropping 1,500 kilos of paper and no less than 50 bags of glitter, making a spectacular sight this afternoon as part of the Expo closing day ceremonies.
And now to another equally moving part of the Expo closing ceremony, and that, of course, is the lowering of the flags in front of the general public. In total, there are 72 flags, 52 from the different nations and states here at Expo, and 22 representing the various corporations on site.
Flags, of course, have become a familiar sight on the Expo site, and they've been a constant reminder of the truly international event that we've seen here in Brisbane. There they are. That was Salou Edwards said goodbye to the public this afternoon. This last day of Expo has been very special for many of us, but along with the sadness, there have been some highlights, Anna.
Oh, they certainly have. In fact, the last act on the river stage today was a Spanish rock group by the name of Meccano. They were flown out specially for World Expo, and just in case you didn't know, Jeff, Meccano has been #1 in Spain for the past 7 years, and here's why.
Well, you're watching the closing ceremony of Expo 88, and that was Meccano, Spain's top rock group, performed here on the river stage this afternoon. They were the last group to perform to the public, and what a fantastic group they were too, Anna.
They certainly were very energetic. In fact, I suppose you could liken them to the Spanish version of In Excess or even Johnny Farnham. Apparently they're that popular back home in Spain.
Well, when you've been #1 in your own country for 7 years, I suppose you've really got to live.
Yes. And now we're going to another song by Meccano.
Cuenta una leyenda que una hembra gitana conjuró a la luna hasta el amanecer. Llorando pedía al llegar el día de esposar un calé. Tendrás a tu hombre piel morena, desde el cielo habló la luna llena, pero a cambio quiero el hijo primero que le engendres a él, que su hijo inmola para no estar sola, poco le iba a querer. Luna quiere ser más.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Meccano, and now we'd like to go down to the river stage and Prime Minister Bob Hawke.
To Lou Edwards, Ed Williams, Micah Hearn, Sally Ann Atkinson, Dr. Delario, distinguished guests from overseas and friends one and all. We come towards the end of 1988, but tonight we come to the drawing down of the curtain on what, without any question, has been the greatest single event of the bicentennial year, Expo 88. And as the curtain slowly comes down, it is indeed a time for thank yous. And on behalf of the government and all the people of Australia, I want to extend some thank yous. Firstly of all, of course, I extend on behalf of every single Australian to you, Lou Edwards, an unqualified thank you. To you, Ned Williams, to the Government of Queensland, to the City Council of Brisbane, to the staff of Expo and to the people of Queensland. Thank you for all that you've done. I remember, as no doubt you do, my friends, back there 5 years ago, all the doubts, all the scepticism about whether you here could make Expo 88 a success. I want to say that I never had any doubt at all that you would do it. And you've not let anyone down. Just remember what we have together been able to achieve. Look at the attendance that's just been mentioned. 18.3 million people. Compare that with Canada. They couldn't equal their population in terms of attendance. Our population, only 16.5 million, but we've exceeded that, 18.3 million people. Look at what it's meant in terms of economic benefits. The best part of $500 million in business written and perhaps another $2 billion in the years ahead. But more important than all that, my friends, there has been the friendships that have been formed. The friendships between Australians, the friendships between Australians and people from overseas. You here in Queensland have proved that you are Australians, and we all Australians have proved that together we are citizens of the world. I want to say to you, on behalf of the government and all the people of Australia, to you who have made this possible, you have done Australia proud. And now, I have been asked, as Prime Minister of Australia, officially to say to you that Expo 88 is now drawing to a close. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
And that, of course, was a very proud Prime Minister Bob Hawke. Coming up after this break, we cross back live to the river stage and see some spectacular dance sequences from the hosts of the next two Expos, Japan and Spain.
And don't forget to stay with us for that great performance by Julie Anthony and three of her very special guests.
People of Japan, very happy to be in the honorable city of Brisbane. Sayonara, arigato, Australia!
Live from the river stage at World Expo.
As host of the next Expo in 1990 in Osaka, the Japan Pavilion this week on the Expo 88 site have been celebrating with a very special dance group.
Yes, they're called Kukuno-kai, which actually comes from our word meaning chrysanthemum, which of course, Jeff, is very appropriate as they're going to be promoting the next Garden and Greenery Expo in Osaka.
That's right, Anna, and the theme of that expo will be harmonious coexistence of man and nature, with greenery from all over the world on display at the Osaka Expo in 1990.
So without further ado, here are Kukuno-kai.
And now to celebrate the coming of the International Garden and Greenery Exposition in Osaka, Japan in 1990. Please give a warm welcome to the Kikyu-no dance troupe performing the Gano Iwa, a dance of happiness and celebration.
And that, of course, was Pakunokai from Japan. But join us after this break for more international entertainment live from the River Stage on this, the final day of World...
Please give a warm Expo 88 welcome to Flamenco Puro. And they're performing the Sevillana, a traditional dance from Seville. Ladies and gentlemen, Puro.
Pasa la vida, pasa la vida, y no has notado que has vivido cuando pasa la vida, y no has notado que has vivido cuando pasa la vida. Pasa la vida, tus ilusiones y tus bellos sueños todos se olvidan, tus ilusiones y tus bellos sueños todos se olvidan. Pasa la vida, igual que pasa la corriente del río cuando busca el mar, y yo camino diferente y donde me quieran llevar. Pasa el cariño, pasa el cariño, pasa el cariño, juramos un amor eterno y luego pasa el cariño, juramos un amor eterno y luego pasa el cariño. Pasa el cariño y apenas comprendemos que hubo un tiempo que nos quisimos, y apenas comprendemos que hubo un tiempo que nos quisimos. Pasa el cariño igual que pasa la corriente del río cuando busca el mar, y yo camino diferente y donde me quieran llevar. Pasa la gloria, pasa la gloria, pasa la gloria, nos ciega la soberbia, pero un día pasa la gloria, nos ciega la soberbia, pero un día pasa la gloria. Pasa la gloria, y ves que de tu obra ya no queda ni la memoria, y ves que de tu obra ya no queda ni la memoria. Pasa la gloria, lo que pasa la corriente del río cuando busca el mar, y yo camino diferente y donde me quieran llevar. Pasan los años, pasan los años, pasan los años, se va la juventud calladamente, pasan los años, se va la juventud calladamente, pasan los años, pasan los años, pasa la vida con su triste carga de desengaño, pasa la vida con su triste carga de desengaño. Pasan los años, igual que pasa la corriente del río cuando busca el mar, y yo camino diferente y donde me quieran llevar.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help us thank
Flamenco Puro from Spain. And after this break, one of the highlights of the evening, an action-packed cavalcade of entertainment featuring over 200 of everyone's favourite Expo performers.
Closing ceremony of Expo 88, and in tonight's entertainment, one of the acts that I've been looking forward to. This actually came about because the performers who've been working on the site for the last 6 months realised that most of the staff may not have had the opportunity to see them. So together, some 200 of them are coming onto the stage tonight in one spectacular cavalcade of entertainment, Anna.
And what a sight it promises to be. That's if we survive it. Now look out especially, we've got the spectacular Aquacade performers, Fifi the Clown, Madame Zoe, and of course those very crazy Expo gnomes and nannies that we've all seen wandering around the place for the last 6 months.
Well, if I think we go down to the River Stage now, and Mike Williams will introduce the cavalcade of entertainment.
World Expo 88. So to give you just a quick glimpse of what you've missed, it gives us great pleasure now to present to you some of those performers from the Piazza, Amphitheatre, walkways, parades, aquacade, Expo City Dance Company. Fifi the Clown. Shoehorn.
Just you wait, that lucky star we talk about it too. Honey, everything's coming up roses. It's snowing.
And here's Zoe, legs on the wall. Roger G, Assorted Vine, Mr. Beefy, Des Rogers, Andy Bunnies, the gang's all here, everybody. We got Ozzy, let's do it, let's do it. That's entertainment at World Expo 88.
Stay with Network 10 for what could only be described as the emotional highlight of tonight's closing ceremony.
Here. So what we need is a corridor. If we can make a corridor leading up the hill, I guess, and just behind where it's Barbecue 88, and on the same side over here. We're all going to be following the Expo City Marching Band, and at the moment, I guess we didn't expect this many people. So we're going to need a corridor winding up there on both sides, if you wouldn't mind. Maybe start sorting yourselves out there with that as well. That'll be terrific. Has everyone got their Kleenexes? Well, I handed enough boxes out. There should have been enough for one each. Well, we've got the streamers. Just throw them as hard as you can towards the general stage area. Was there anyone that didn't get to see the Aquacade? Really? Well, listen, tomorrow, if you want to go down there, you can help them empty the pool. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Australia's leading lady of song, Miss Julie Anthony. Here she is. Give her a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, Julie Anthony. Not only Julie on stage, we'll also welcome Ethel Guy, Bruce Woodley, and Keith Potka. You remember them from the Drifters. Or was it the Singers? Maybe the Drifters. Hold on. Welcome, guys. Julie. Good evening.
As we sing a lover's song, how it breaks my heart to leave you. Now the carnival is gone. High above, the dawn is waking, and my tears are falling rain. For the carnival is over, we may never meet again. Like a drum, my heart was beating, and your kiss was sweet as wine. But the joys of love are fleeting, for Pierrot and Carnival. Now the harbor light is calling. This will be our last goodbye. Though the carnival is over, I will love you till I die. Like a drum, my heart was beating, and your kiss was sweet as wine. But the joys of love are fleeting, for Pierrot and Carnival. Now the harbor light is calling. This will be our last goodbye. Though the carnival is over, I will love you till I die. Though the carnival is over, I will love you till I
Julie Anthony, ladies and gentlemen. The Seekers, put your hands together for them. What a fantastic rendition.
Julie Anthony and three of the original Seekers, Ethel Guy, Bruce Woodley and Keith Potka there with The Carnival is Over. And for those of you at home who didn't work at Expo, you can just see how emotional the people here who've worked, sitting on the riverbank with 20,000 sparklers, all issued with sparklers and 3,000 lighters, just to feel that very emotional song. Now, in just a moment, we're going to return to the river stage because Expo Chairman Sir Lou Edwards will have one final word to the staff at Expo.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please once again put your hands together for our fearless leader. We love him, Sir Lou Edwards.
Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Premier, my Lord Mayor, distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen. As the Prime Minister indicated, the Carnival is now over. Expo 88 has come to a close.
Yes, and it's certainly a very emotional scene down here at World Expo. At the moment, we've got a lone bugler on stage playing Waltzing Matilda, a very special tune, well chosen to commemorate the end of this very special 6 months.
The staff on the riverbank are singing along with Stephen Hoggerhide from Brisbane, who's one of the trumpeters in the Expo City Marching Band. And even as we speak, Anna, the lights on the Expo site are being slowly turned down from one end of the site to the other, right through to the Space Needle, the light of which will also be extinguished.
Yes, and as the Expo site is plunged into darkness, you'll soon notice that, of course, was the lone bugler. Yes, as we were saying, you'll notice the lights of the Expo site have been turned off, and you'll notice also the lights of Brisbane are being turned off.
Turned down. A $9,000 exercise just to change the computer chips in some of the tallest buildings in our city so that the lights could be turned off for what you're about to see as the most spectacular fireworks display Brisbane has ever seen.
Yes, what a spectacular final salute to the 6 months of Expo.
And just as a lead up to that fireworks display, Expo staff have been given great big 7-foot diameter globes of the world.
Yes, we're told 8 of them. What a fitting symbol for Expo, which really has brought the whole world together here in Brisbane.
And in the backdrop, you could see the explosions on top of 5 or 6 of the city buildings as the fireworks here over Brisbane finish a wonderful carnival.
Yes, I believe in total throughout the 6 months of Expo, it's been spare no expense with fireworks. In fact, they've had a budget of $1 million, and that amounts to $6,000 a show.
And it's cost about $3 million when you add in this performance tonight. After this fabulous introduction with the city fireworks, we'll go straight into the nightly Expo fireworks show, and tonight it will be the Fireworks for Lovers show, supplemented with 5 times as many fireworks as usual.
And as you can see, the fireworks are being exploded from the top of 5 buildings: the Parliamentary Annex, Education House, Mineral House, Lennon's Hotel, and the City Council Administration Building.
It's marvellous too to see that cooperation that was required to get a display like this underway.
Oh, it certainly has. And we're also told that thousands and thousands of people have been lining the banks of the river and, of course, the city streets just to get a glimpse of the fireworks. And I was out earlier near the river, and it is just chock-a-block full of boats here, ready to capture firsthand this fabulous event.
So after this break, we'll be back with more of the fireworks live to you from the closing ceremony of Expo 88.
The people of the Cook Islands would like to thank you
for the beautiful atmosphere here at World Expo 88.
Welcome back to what can only be described as a truly spectacular evening here at the Expo River Stage.
Well, tonight's fireworks display made Brisbane CBD look like a CBD of volcanoes. And now we're into the Fireworks for Lovers display on the Expo River Stage. 2 barges, and not one, will release 5 times more than the normal amount of fireworks used in the 10 o'clock display. 3 different shows were presented throughout the 6 months, and tonight it's Fireworks for Lovers.
Yes, though unfortunately, Jeff, all good things must come to an end. And at 4:30 this afternoon, the public were asked to leave the site for the very last time, as the farewell songs were playing over the PA, and Salou made one final public farewell. I spoke to just some of the thousands of very sad Expo visitors as they left Expo for the very last time. Yes, here we are down at the Melbourne Street gates, and we're just trying to gauge how people do feel about Expo finally closing. First of all, with us we've got Margaret from Brisbane. I believe you've been to Expo quite a few times.
Yes, several times now. It's been really great, yeah.
Well, how do you feel about the fact that Expo's finished for good?
Sad, it's a bit hard to comprehend at the moment. It won't be here tomorrow, but I dare say we'll get used to it.
How do you think Brisbane's going to recover?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. And what about you? How do you feel about the fact that we've seen the very end of what we've been waiting for, the World's Fair?
Well, it is something that was beyond expectation. I'm from Sydney and I'm sad to go home. I've only seen it 3 days, but there's a lot of feeling and emotion I know must be left with the Brisbane people, as with myself.
I know it's certainly exceeded all expectations.
It has, and I hope Brisbane does recover. That's all I've got to say.
And what about you, sir? What feelings do you have at this moment?
Well, if I'd missed it, I'd be very sorry. It's one of the greatest things Australia's ever produced. It's a great thing for Queensland and for Australia.
And finally, a comment from one of our younger Australians. What does the closing of Expo sort of mean to you?
It means very sad, and I hope that we'll recover soon, and it's been a great year for it.
Well, thank you very much. And I think that just about sums up how people feel right here at the closing of World Expo 88. Jeff, I really don't think I've seen so many sad faces as I did at the Melbourne Street Gates this afternoon.
I tell you what, Anna, I think any Brisbane person who didn't come to Expo would be even sadder tonight with all this excitement. And of course, during the 6 months, there's been some wonderful entertainment here at Expo.
Oh, there has. It's been without a doubt the most ambitious program of sight and sound ever seen in Australia. In fact, you know, over the Expo period, we've seen more than 25,000. That's a lot of different performers from all over the world.
Well, the River Stage has sort of definitely proved to be the most popular entertainment venue on site, but even in Brisbane itself, exceeding 10,000 people. Some of the crowds have been enormous. As late as last night, we had Brian Ferry on stage.
Oh, and what a show that was. But let's have a look now at some of the entertainers who have visited the River Stage.
All the things you really mean to me.
6 months of top acts just crammed into 2 minutes there after Expo 88. And when we return, we'll have more fun of a farewell.
From the land of gridiron and baseball.
To the friendliest people in the world. It's been great, Brisbane.
See you later.
Welcome back to the Expo closing ceremony. Amongst the very proud people in Brisbane today are two who have had a very special interest in Expo right from the beginning. And earlier I spoke to them. And they are, of course, Lord Mayor Sally Ann Atkinson and the General Manager of Expo, Bob Minikin. Bob, as General Manager of the World Expo Authority, why do you think Expo has been such a huge success? What's made it so successful?
I think there's been a lot of people looking at a lot of things in detail, and it has been that attention to detail that has eventually produced the final product. Every person that's been involved in this has wanted their own little part of the exercise to be a total success, and it's that dedication by all of the people in every area, whether it's been musicians in the entertainment or somebody in a food and beverage outlet or a volunteer working in a pavilion. They've all tried to make their little part of Expo just that little bit better, and it's that attention to detail that I think has eventually paid off.
And no doubt they'll all be remembering Expo for a long time, I imagine.
I think everybody will remember this as being a highlight of their life. I mean, it's the biggest event in Australia's history, and anybody that's been lucky enough to be associated with it will always be able to say that, you know, I was part of putting on the biggest thing that Australia's ever seen.
Is there any message you have for the people of Brisbane?
Well, I'd like to tell them that I'm very proud of them and to say thank you. They've really been wonderful in the last 6 months. We've always had a reputation for being a warm, friendly, outgoing city, and during Expo we've really proved it. So I'd just like to say thank you, Brisbane, for being absolutely great.
And that, of course, was Brisbane's Lord Mayor Sally Ann Atkinson, and I imagine a very proud lady tonight. Now we can still see the fireworks in the background, and what a spectacular sight it is.
Five times more than the usual amount of fireworks is being let go from the two barges in the river behind the stage tonight as a final farewell. An explosion of celebration. And the crowd is certainly excited. We'll be back after this break. The stage now, the people are watching the Spanish fireworks that are being let off from the barge in the river. 3 technicians were sent over from Spain to organise with Sid Howard just how this show was to go. Of course, every country, Anna, has a different recipe in their fireworks, so we're not always too sure what we're going to see when someone says Spanish fireworks.
That's true, Jeff. Like we said, each firework really does have its own special ingredients, which makes them all
and look at
very
that one.
different.
It's like a string of lights carried together.
A Spanish glowworm.
Yeah.
I believe in total the Spanish fireworks are costing something like $150,000. So a very generous and a very spectacular gift from the Spanish government to World Expo 88.
Well, Sid Howard's had his hands full tonight. Look at that glowworm. It's still floating through the sky. I wonder how they do that. They've got a few tricks up their sleeve in Spain. Yes, Sid's worked on this one as the big finale for all the effort he's done every night on the river stage, coordinating the fireworks spectaculars.
Yes, of course, he has had a bit of Spanish help. In fact, 2 technicians flew out from Spain just 3 days ago to help coordinate this very special and very expensive display of Spanish fireworks.
Well, this ends Expo 88, and of course it makes you realise that looking at the wonderful world of Expo is quite an experience.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see
skies are blue and clouds are white. The bright, blessed day, the dark, sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I never knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
Now's the time to...
Over the 20,000 Expo staff who are just screaming and yelling on the riverbank here at Expo as the Spanish fireworks light up the night sky. Certainly a wonderful show and a wonderful Expo coming to an end in just minutes. And after this show, the Expo workers will all get into a giant conga line and make their way to a party they'll never forget.
Well, I know they won't forget, and I don't think we'll forget it either. In fact, I really can't see how Brisbane and, in fact, the rest of Australia is ever going to be able to forget this 6 months. I think it's going to take us all a long time to recover from
Well,
this
Anna,
event.
at least it's given us an experience that we can keep with us as we go through life.
And what a fitting end, a spectacular ending to an indescribable 6 months.
With those explosions in the night sky over the Expo site, Expo 88 has come to a close. Thank you very much for being with us.
Yes, a wonderful